According to reports, West Ham want to sign Burnley striker Chris Wood. Yes, Chris Wood, the 29-year-old New Zealand international. That's the one. That's the geezer that West Ham are, according to reports, looking to sign. He has spent the last 4 seasons at Turf Moor, scoring 50 goals in 144 appearances for the club, but has his time at Burnley coming to an end. Good morning and welcome back to West Ham Irons United for your West Ham Daily today, or not even your West Ham Daily, it's your West Ham Transfer News show. Before we continue though, I want to do a big shout out to Russ from My Hammers 11. Today's doing a show 12:30, which he does every single day. So please, I'm going to put the link in the chat just now, and at 12:30, jump across to My Hammers 11 and watch Russ's show. Normally we would like to go just on slightly after Russ's show finishes. However, because we work, we have to find a little bit of space in the time to be able to bring to you our daily content. So jump across there to My Hammers 11 at 12:30 and check out Russ's content, on top of the fact he does other content with ex-pros, etc, etc. And on top of that, please check out our channel sponsors today, which are Football Prizes. They're doing a signed Sir Geoff Hurst framed West Ham shirt. Tickets cost £3.95. They're only selling 99 tickets. So make sure you go across to the website. I'm going to put the link in the chat and you can go and purchase a ticket. The prize ends tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. and they will do a live prize draw at 8:30 p.m. on their Facebook page. So make sure you jump across to Football Prizes for this fantastic, to be in with an opportunity to win this fantastic prize. So the 6'4", 6'3", I should say, big centre forward has always caused West Ham problems. Wood has now scored more Premier League goals against West Ham than he has versus any other side in the league, scoring 7 goals in 8 games against us. So plenty of Premier League clubs are reportedly interested in tempting him away from Sean Dyche's side. And now West Ham apparently have joined the race to secure his signature. David Moyes is believed to rate Wood highly, and as he is particularly likes Wood's physicality and finishing ability. However, Wood won't come cheaply, as Burnley are understood to want upwards of 25 to 30 million pounds for him. And this figure, of course, could jump up depending if there's a bidding war that happens. Chris Wood has hit double figures in the last 4 Premier League campaigns, proving he is more than just a battering ram up front for a team battling relegation. Let's take a brief look at Chris Wood's youth career and where he started his footballing career. And as you can see, he obviously had a natural ability when he made his professional debut at the young age of 14. So there was obviously something about him. He then went on to join West Brom. And let's take a look at his early career after and during the time when he joined West Brom. Plenty of clubs there you've seen from the video, and you know, a journeyman, you could say. However, he did really find his feet whilst playing for Leeds United, where he scored 44 goals in 88 games for them for the previous 2 campaigns that he played for them. So why is Wood linked to West Ham? Could he be the perfect for West Ham to come in and lead the line? It's hard to turn your nose up at any player who's reached double figures in the scoring charts in 4 consecutive Premier League seasons. But at this price, would it be a good signing for West Ham if we could land Chris Wood? Before we move on, let's take a look at his Burnley and his career stats to date. I mean, you could really say for a player that's gone under the radar, I mean, he has gone under the radar. He scored a lot of goals in his career. But there are 2 big concerns about this potential deal. Wood's price tag, Wood's price tag and his age. He did score 12 goals in the Premier League this season, and that's not to be sniffed at, particularly given that he's been playing in a Burnley team who are not always, you could say, easiest on the eye. However, he is set to turn 30 in December, and there must be doubts about how much longer he'll be able to be at the top of his game for. So spending upwards of £30 million on a player who will soon enter his 30s is probably maybe just too much for West Ham. We need to spend our money wisely to build a balanced squad that can compete domestically and in Europe next season. Splashing out 30 to 40 million on Wood is it a smart investment? I'm not so sure, as it seems that we'd be spending a significant amount of our kitty on one player who may only be able to offer the side a couple of years of service before he passes his peak. You know, he's never averaged more than 20 passes a match in a single Premier League campaign, and this term's return of 0.7 key passes each outing is the joint best of his career, as he ranks higher of times dispossessed, offsides and unsuccessful touches than Phil's won. Of course, there is healthy supply of aerial duels won, with this season's outlay being 4.7 per game. But in terms of an all-round play, the New Zealand international is statistically pretty limited. And that just doesn't really fit with what we've seen from West Ham under David Moyes. Jared Bowen, Antonio, Lingard have combined to create an incredibly fluid attack, further supported by the likes of Said Benrahma and Pablo Fornals, where they fluctuate between running behind the opposition defence and dropping into midfield. Wood, however, would give David Moyes another option, but with Tommy Soucek and Declan Rice in midfield and a range of centre-backs used behind them, do West Ham really need more aerial presence anyway? We scored the most set-piece goals of any side last season. Would Chris Wood help with that tally? He is a New Zealand international. Like I said, he's played 56 games for them, scoring 24 goals for New Zealand as an international. And as you've seen earlier on, he has got 7 goals in 8 games versus West Ham. So please jump into the comments and let me know, what do you think of the link to Chris Wood? You're looking at Burnley. I mean, does this ring similar to the Tarkowski deal? They were looking for an inflated price for a player who has got Premier League experience and can play well. And we all know about Chris Wood. As I've said, he scored plenty of goals against West Ham. I mean, he is a good player. He turned up against Wolves. He scored a first-half hat-trick. And he is a quality player. He causes defences problems. But the concern is the price tag and his age. But then you could say the same for Jesse Lingard. There is a year of a difference. But when you're talking about a forward, what would Chris Wood wouldn't be a purchase for West Ham for the longevity. Chris Wood could bring West Ham an option. And if we had a striker that could score 12, 13 goals consecutively every single season and adding that to the current crop of players that we've got, surely that would be a positive signing. But I did talk to you there about some of the other stats that he has in the game. He doesn't average more than 20 passes a match. And we know that David Moyes likes hard-working players in other parts of the pitch. But I always wonder, Would it be what would happen if we had the target man, the player that could be up front, that could be targeted to score and provide those opportunities up top? 0.7 key passes per match outing, and that's joint best of his career. However, there are plenty of goals there, and as you've seen in the video, he's scored plenty of goals in his career. I think he's involved in a goal every 2 games in his whole career of his footballing life. But he is a journeyman. He's been there. He's done that. He's dropped to the lower leagues. He's performed at the highest level. And like I said, when he joined Leeds, he really found form, and he's continued that form with Burnley. I just wonder if there's something in this link, but it's a big part of West Ham's budget to go and sign a striker like that. And could there be better strikers out there? But he's got Premier League experience, and that's potentially key. And finding a player who's got Premier League experience over a player that's coming from abroad who may take time to settle could be the key advantage of why West Ham would look at someone like Chris Wood. Let me jump into the comments and see who's kicking about and what everyone is saying. Gary Rutter, thank you for joining us, mate. I hope you are well. You are saying, I like Chris Wood, but I would just think he suits Burnley style. And I do agree with you. I do think he does suit their style. I don't know if he would suit the hard-working style that David Moyes would want. However, I put the trust into David Moyes, and I think, well, you know, if there's something that you see in him, then I'm open to it. But like I said, and I've said this all along when we do these stories, that I'm not for, you know, saying that West Ham are definitely going to bring him in. What I'm trying to do is look at the style of play and look at the history of what he's done and look at what he does during a game and think, does that match what David Moyes is looking for? And the answer to that question is no, it doesn't match what David Moyes is looking for. However, he's got an outlet. He scores goals. And that's something that we've lacked as a striker. I know we've got Antonio, and I know we're getting goals elsewhere, but you add a Chris Wood to that equation. I just wonder, would we progress further up that league, take 12 goals and add that to this season? Where would that have pushed West Ham to? Something to think about. He's hot and cold, mainly cold. Yeah, I agree with you. Gary Rutter, thank you again. Hope you're well. Marcus Lieb, good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all well. Thank you very much, Marcus. Thank you for joining us. Words and Pictures, good to see you. Vinay, you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. Go back and check it. Start again from the beginning. It's only going to be a short transfer show. Hi, West Ham United. Hope you're well. Thank you. Yes, my Hammer's 11. Go across and join it. I've put the link in the chat as well. So go and join Russ's Euro 2020 quiz today. I think he's going to be doing lots of prizes for you guys as well. Stu, thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. Freshfielder, Wood is a sticking plaster on a gaping wound. Yeah, it's quite a good analogy, to be honest. I can't really deny it. Neil, you never sleep. Afternoon from South Australia at 6:55 p.m. on a Thursday night. Thank you for joining us. Actually, it's probably good morning now I think about it. Technically, yeah, it probably is. Where is Moyes' contract? I don't know if you've seen Stell's video he done yesterday. Stuart Pearce spoke out on TalkSport saying that they verbally agreed the deal. We just want the deal done, of course, and get him signed, get the deal over the line, and then West Ham can move on and start to bring players in. So we'll see what happens with it. But I wouldn't worry. I really wouldn't worry. Wood is a better option than Giroud because he is younger. Well, Giroud signed a contract extension with Chelsea. So Giroud's not happening and not leaving Chelsea. And yeah, I think you've just got to look at his footballing career and what he's done at the clubs he's been at, and he's got goals in him. It's just his work rate, and does it suit what David Moyes is looking for? Probably not. Would Moyes spend nearly half of his budget to bring him in? I just don't see it, to be honest. I really don't see it. But Burnley may find themselves wanting to sell Chris Wood to bring in some much-needed finances to try and strengthen their squad. So they may have to drop their fee, their asking price, a bit like what happened with Tarkowski. They overvalued him and no one went and bought him in the end. £30 million is too much for a 30-year-old, Vinny. I completely agree with you. Dealey, I like the fella since he was with Leeds. He's done well at Burnley. He would be a good backup striker, but price tag would be nuts. It would be, and I think the board and Moyes would get slated for it. I just don't think Moyes would commit to that amount of money. But here's the question for you. Chris Wood is available. How much would you pay? Would you sign him? And how much would you be willing to pay for the likes of Chris Wood? Get your comments in and let me know, because that's a good question, I think. Hi, my West Ham family from Lee Vasallo. Hope you're enjoying your day up the Irons. We are massive. We are, mate. We are massive. Too old, so waste of money for maybe a couple of seasons. Yes, But how much would you pay for him? And what if we did get him? And let's just say, hypothetically, West Ham do sign him for, say, 30, 25 or 30 million, which I don't think we will. What would 12 goals a season to the current crop of players add to West Ham? Would it be money well spent? If Scott B, if Haller was not mobile enough for our system, I don't get why Wood will be any different. And I agree with you, Scott, to be honest, because he doesn't do the hard work in the background. He would have probably suited us under big fat Sam. Absolutely, Gary, he would have. Why not really try and win the Europa League? Wood would help that cause. Doing well in Europa League will really elevate West Ham international profile. It's a good point, and this is the thing about people's opinion. I think players, unorthodox players like Chris Wood and Mikel Antonio would cause European clubs problems because they're never used to the likes of Antonios of the world, etc. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if you saw the likes of Chris Wood and Antonio like playing against teams in Europe and causing them massive concern. Sorry, my phone's beeping left, right, and centre here. I'm just having to make sure I'm not missing anything. Not a Moyes man for me, but a good player. Too much money. Hit the like, guys. Thank you from Neil from Down Under. I hope you're well. Dennis Baxter, we are in the transfer window with no contract signed by Moyes. Does that mean we're officially without a manager for the time being? It's a contract extension, so he's still West Ham's manager. It's just looking at extending the contract so we can build upon his deal. Freshfielder, who put a thumbs down? I mean, I'm not going to take it to heart. I really don't. The West Ham social media world is just a bit odd, and I just wouldn't be surprised if people out there doing it, but I'm not stressing about it. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. If you are hitting the thumbs down, even give us feedback and let us know why. But I just feel like there are people out there just doing it for the sake of doing it, but I genuinely don't feel the pain for when it happens. Patrick Sversk, Tammy Abraham, he is way younger. Yeah, he is. But I just wonder what fee Chelsea would be looking for a player, young English centre forward. Ross, hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the strip that you got sent from ourselves. Thank you for joining us. James Bong, another way of putting it is his first touch can be silk, but mostly 60 grit abrasive paper. That's a good point. Lee Vasallo, I want players with a never say die attitude who Moyes wants. Keep fighting till the end. Come on, you Irons. London is Claret Blue. Leave us Sallow. I need your positivity. I love your positivity. You're like, we are massive. Every time you come on, we always say you are massive. Not you, West Ham are massive. Sorry I'm late. Morning, all Father Snowman. Thank you very much. No more than £20 million. And this is the funny thing about West Ham fans. Get ready to see the next comment. Father Snowman, you're saying you'd pay £20 million. James Bong, you're saying £10 million max. And you can see the difference of people's valuations. I think that because the market is the way it is, I think Burnley are really crazy to think that they can get upwards of £30 million for Chris Wood. But maybe teams are out there desperate to bring someone in, and that could be an option. I just don't think West Ham are that desperate, if I'm being honest. Seen a link to Tomiyasu from Bologna. Heard anything on this one? Looks solid for a 22-year-old defender. Harley, yes. Yes, we have. And we've actually done a video on him. And while you're there, let me just try and see if I can find it, because it's actually a good video that I remember doing myself. And I think is he Japanese international? Tomiyasu, West Ham. I'll just do Irons United, I'll say, in the box. And I'll try and get you the link to the video. But I remember physically, yeah, I did, yep. And I've done this 9 months ago, mate. 9 months ago. And I don't know how you actually get the video in here. Here it is there. It's just coming. It's coming. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, I'm putting it in the chat. There's a video on Tomiyasu that I done 9 months ago. And yeah, I really, really, really like this defender. I think his quality is a ball-playing, watching defender, centre-half. He's kind of similar to Winston Reid's peak. Like, he watches the ball, he keeps an eye on the ball, he keeps an eye on the game. He's a good reader of football, and I think that's what West Ham lack defensively. He's young as well, so absolutely, please go and check out that video, and I hope it gives you a bit more insight into what he's like. Tomiyasu from Bologna. Yeah, I would go 20 million as well. No to Wood from Dynamite. Whitcourt is a striker I like the look of. I'll need to check him out. D-Lee, give them Anderson for Woods. I doubt we could sell Anderson for 15 million, and I think 15 million would be reasonable for Wood. I mean, the thing with Anderson is, and I'm not going to keep going on about and harking on about it. But, you know, they're seeing rumours saying that Moyes just doesn't fancy him. But I think Moyes is a man of his word in terms of giving players an opportunity to come back in and find their feet. And I think he will. I just don't see the point. And I say it all the time. Will West Ham sell Anderson for £10 million? Well, did I think West Ham would sell Haller for £20 million, making a £23 million loss? No, but we did it just to get the player off the books. So maybe we might look at selling Anderson and getting off the books. But I just think it's worth bringing him in and making sure his attitude's right and actually giving him a second chance at the club. Is that Moyes on your phone, Anton? Yes, mate. He's phoning me saying, do you want to come meet me for some lunch and we can discuss the contract deal? Vinay, Anderson and Burnley, that would be interesting. I think he would absolutely have a panic attack if I'm being brutally honest. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Still, average player, we're miles ahead of Wood. A player like Chris Wood wouldn't entertain a player like this backward step. It's funny, you get so many people from different points of view, isn't it? Still, it's just what happens. Emir Murad, do we know what budget Moyes has got? I mean, it's rumoured to say that we've got upwards of £70 million, but I'm not going to keep reporting on the £70 million because I don't believe that we actually do know and we'll ever know what the budget is, to be honest. And I genuinely believe it. It doesn't matter if you have ITKs coming out saying this is what's happening, I don't believe that they know that there would be a budget there. Finger on the pulse, thanks for the link. No worries, Hartley, go and enjoy it. It's good, and I really do like the likes of Tomiyasu, so thanks for bringing that back up. Anderson is supposed to be depressed as it is. Would rather pay £5 million for Stell. I mean, that's really expensive for Stell, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see. Still having a laugh. Richard, Sneaky Watch at work, thank you for joining us. Go and check out Jake's video he done this morning. Actually, really good video on West Ham Unofficial, so jump across there and check it out. Hope you're well, Stu77. Oh, you're talking to Stell. Surely Stell worth more than £5.06. Absolutely. Vinny, West Ham are linked with Peach, Stell, me, Jake, Neil from Down Under, everyone on this chat. Absolutely, mate. 29 years of age and Burnley want up to 30 million would be another Tarkowski standoff. Absolutely, Stell. Money would be better spent elsewhere. You're all talking to each other. And Stell is priceless to West Ham. Yeah, you can say that again, mate. You can say that again. So it's an interesting one. Please leave your comments in the video once it's finished and give me your feedback on what you think of Chris Wood. The questions I'm going to ask to you that I want to see, if you don't mind, and I'll come back in and we'll reply, is, do you want to sign Chris Wood? And if you do, why? And how much are you willing to pay? If you don't want to sign Chris Wood, why? Please let me know. Talk to me about some of the players you want to sign. We may be doing a video later on. It just depends on our working pattern, etc. So we'll try our best. Let me know about the surroundings, my new surroundings. Let me know about the surroundings. What do you think about it? Can you hear me okay? Is the microphone working okay? So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time to see what's going to happen. And yeah, and listen, I tell Stell every single time when we do videos like this, he doesn't understand the concept behind these videos. He really struggles to understand it. So I'm going to try and ram it home into his little tiny brain up there. We're not saying that we're going to say that this player is going to sign for West Ham. What we're trying to do is look into their history, look into their ability, and can we see if the transfer rubbishy talk it's got some form of value by saying, can the player fit to what Moyes is saying? And I'm saying, no, I don't think it will. So we're just looking into the player. So there you go, Stell. Let me see what everyone else is saying. Morning, Ant. Pretty sure Chris Wood is a Burnley player. He is. Chris Wood should be third or fourth choice on our list of strikers we're going for, not worth more than £17 million. Better than nothing if we don't get Lingard back. I do or don't struggle. There are better players to discuss. Yeah, but listen, we watch your show every single week and you just talk absolute nonsense on transfers as well. So at least I'm giving people a little bit more detail. Stelios. I can't even take the Wood report seriously. Yeah, exactly. And what we're doing is looking at it and going, it's got no substance really. And that's exactly why we're doing these shows. Lee Vasallo, the names going around West Ham who were talking for are outrageous. As Stuart Pearce said the other day on TalkSport, I loved that interview. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You're nail on the head. Anyway, if you are watching, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you go and leave a comment once the video is done. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the support over the last year specifically. And yeah, we'll see what's going to happen over the rest of the day. And hopefully David Moyes might be in his little holiday home in Scotland, and he's currently signing the contract, and he's going, I'm coming to West Ham. Don't you worry. I'm staying with you guys. And I've got my £100 million budget. I'm going to be signing all these players, and West Ham will progress next year and win the Europa League with Chris Wood up top, banging in goals left, right and centre. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anton, West Ham United. Come on, you Irons.